Alright, greetings ladies and gentlemen. So welcome to our eBright Public Speaking Showcase, where our students right there will show you how well they have improved in their confidence and their, of course, their public speaking skills. So the theme for today is, if I could rule the world, what would I do? My name is Brandon and I will be your MC for today. So before we start, I would like to thank all the students who, of course, worked hard and participated in this, as well as the parents who came here to support their children, and to all the people that are able to make this event possible. To start off, to start off this showcase, I'll present a speech that I've prepared for our showcase team. If I could rule the world, what would I do? Hello, my name is Brandon and I will be presenting a speech which is also related to the theme of the day. If I could rule the world, what would I do? So the first thing I would do if I was the ruler of the world is I would encourage people to stop using their own cars. Instead, they can use public transports. And the reason behind this is because of air pollution. And also it's bad for people who tend to inhale too much of the exhaust pipe gas, and it will damage their lungs and also cause lung cancer. And as for air pollution, the too much gas from the car exhaust pipe will actually create like a big cloud of poisonous gas, which can affect our rain, which it can cause acid rain and many different things as well. So what I would do to fix this problem is I would encourage the citizens to use public transports for at least 3 days a week, so they can have 4 days to focus on their freedom and their own privacy. So the second thing I would do is I would take the GDP from many different countries, especially the countries with a richer economy, and I would put them all together into Africa. Main reason is because of their economy there. It's not stable, and some of them are really below the poverty line, so I just feel like helping them. So I would use the money to buy them water, I would buy them food supplies, household items, and of course other necessities that they might need in their daily lives. And I'm doing all of this just because I want the world to be a better place, as well as I want everyone to be treated fairly, and so everyone can be the same. So the third thing I would do is I would encourage people to stop cutting down trees to make paper, because animals lose their habitat, and without that many trees, you don't get oxygen in return as well. And chopping down too many trees is bad for animals' habitats, because animals won't have shelter, and this can also lead to extinction. So what I would encourage the people to do if I was the ruler is I would encourage them to research and brainstorm into their minds about different ways of how they can create paper. Like for example, you can use sugarcane to make paper because the materials with the trees are pretty much similar. And thank you for listening to my speech. I hope you enjoyed it.
Okay, before you can come here and be the MC again, I have a question for you. So, how do you know that sugarcane has the same material as trees to come up with papers?
Because the entire sugarcane material is a bit different from what you think as bamboo. So like for trees, the material of the tree is kind of like a bit hard on the outside, and it's also like very smooth, and this is exactly the same as sugarcane, because you see them when they make sugarcane drinks, they always smoothly cut down the sugarcane and then they make it into drinks. So that's why the material is the same.
Okay, thank you.
Wow.
That was good knowledge.
I
also did not you.
Alright, I hope everyone enjoyed my speech just now. Now, without further ado, let us begin with our first participant of the day. Okay, let's welcome the first participant of the day, Ziqing.
Nelson Mandela once said that we could change the world and make it a better place. It is in your hands to make the difference. Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Ziqing, and today I'll be telling you what would I do if I could rule the world. As a world ruler, I'll make sure that no one is allowed to pollute the underwater. This is because humans pollute the water too often. They throw toxic chemicals and rubbish into the water. Hence, underwater animals are dying. So that's why we should not pollute the waters. Next, I will also want to stop global warming. This is because the earth is heating up and there are more disasters. I would encourage everyone to do more carpooling, use more public transport, and also reduce your carbon footprint. So that's why I would want everyone to help us stop global warming. Last but not least, I would also want to provide quality education. This is because some parents cannot afford enough money to bring their kids to school. And as a result, the true ones need to study at home without the guidance of teachers. And when they grow up and work in this society, it will be harder for them as they didn't study enough when they were younger. And when they will have many miscommunications between their clients, manager, and also their colleagues. So that's why I will provide quality education. In conclusion, if we follow the 3 steps above, we could make the world a better place. Thank you everyone, that's all from me.
Wow, thank you so much for that lovely speech. I hope it's okay to ask you one question. So in your speech, you mentioned that types of disasters cause global warming. So can you list a few natural disasters that you know, just to let the audience know?
Tsunami, tornado, and landslide.
Tsunami, tornado, and landslide. All right.
Also, there's also earthquake.
Oh, earthquake. All right, that all makes sense. Thank you so much. Okay.
Before we can proceed, Miss Akira,
Yes.
I have a question for you. What do you think of the ideas that these teenagers come up with for their speech? Like if they would rule the world, what would they do? They come up with such interesting ideas. So what do you think about that?
Alright, so for everyone's information here, so as they grow older, right, we need to help these teenagers to think outside of the box and also to think, try and challenge yourself to think older than their age. So I believe so far that I've heard from Brandon as well as DJ, it is something, it's a mature topic. I'm not sure if you guys agree, these are mature topics for them to tackle. Okay, even though the topic is if I could rule the world, some kids they will playfully say, oh, I want a holiday, I want to do this. That is appropriate for the age group. So when I heard what they did, and I feel like they are mature beyond their years now. So I'm very proud of that, and I hope to hear more of that from our students. Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, Miss Akira.
All right, let's welcome our second participant. Let's welcome our second participant of the day, Aria.
Hello everyone, my name is Aria. Today I would like to talk about what if I could rule the world. If I could rule the world, I will stop pollution. The reason why I would like to stop pollution is because pollution will kill all living animals inside the sea.
Yes.
And there's some fishes, of course. If fishes die, then we wouldn't have our food source. Without our food source, without our food source, then we will starve. And all the fishes inside the water that requires fishes will also die and go extinct. I will stop pollution by converting all cars that use petrol to solar energy. After that, I will
Just go on with your point. Remember you think of something and you can talk about it. Anything at all. Continue. Don't be nervous. Alright.
ask you just one simple question. So let's say you are the ruler of the world. Are we required to give you a present for your birthday?
Um, I don't know, yeah.
Yeah.
Yes.
Alright, well, thank you.
So before we can proceed, I would like to ask Aria's parents, how did you guys feel about Aria's performance earlier?
Actually,
have the improvement because he's the type that not really talk before this. He's very shy person. So to see him make a speech in front of us, it's something big improvement to me.
So you have anything? Cool. Okay. Thank you.
Okay, now let's welcome our third participant of the day, Shawn.
Hello everyone, my name is Shawn, and today I'm going to be talking about what I would do if I ruled the world. So the first thing I would do is make all schooling online. This is because I want students to, maybe wake up a bit late. Instead of waking up at 6 in the morning, maybe 6:30 or 7, that would be a good time. And parents can save money, save time on transporting their kids to school, and it is generally more efficient. Second is I would eliminate all forms of homework and examinations, but I will still include college and university entrance exams as they are important in determining a student's knowledge. If I were to remove these, students, all of their stress would immediately be relieved. They would, such as, they would obviously be stressed if they want to maybe study for an exam or do homework until 12 a.m. But with homework and exams gone, all the stress is gone. And now that exams are gone, I have a lot of time in my hands. And with the time, I can engage students in more interesting activities, maybe such as writing poetry or doing some experiments. And with exams gone now, the need to print paper for exam papers is gone now. So we can maybe say some trees would be cut out for paper. And lastly, I would invest money into research and development of underwater homes and exploration of the solar system. This is because as humanity progresses, our population will grow bigger. And one day, Earth cannot accommodate this much humans. So it's a smart decision if we start putting research and development into places we've never imagined we could inhabit, such as the ocean floor, or maybe Mars or Titan, the moon of Saturn. And it is important as maybe one day something bad could happen to Earth and everyone is wiped out. If that were to happen, humans would still exist on other planets such as Mars or Titan. And lastly, since we've colonized so many planets, we can increase our understanding of the solar system, of course. We can know how it was formed, we can maybe detect objects we've never detected before, and possibly make a scientific breakthrough in our knowledge of science. Now, I would add more points, but I think it would just take way too long. So I hope you found this interesting. Thank you.
Alright, that was a great speech from you, Shawn. So do you mind if I ask you one question?
Go ahead.
So in your speech, you mentioned that you wanted to completely eliminate homework from students' life. But instead of doing that, do you think it would be better if you still give the students homework, but you decrease them?
I would probably make it optional. If they want it, just sign a form and they'll have homework.
Okay.
Alright, that is a good point as well. Thank you.
So before we can proceed, Mr. Powham,
Yes.
can you give me a good point of view of Shawn's speech earlier? Mr. Powham?
Yes. Yeah. Basically, I think So yeah, basically I think his point is quite good. Okay, and then I also like didn't know, wow, the sometimes the teenager can, yeah, think the other thing of it, yeah, because when I young as them, I didn't know this, I can do this as well. So it's like a good opportunity for them to try a new thing and explore with this kind of activities also. Yeah, that's all.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Kampong.
Okay.
So I totally agree with Mr. Kampong's point because when we were young back then, we don't really actually think out of the box like actually kids these days do. So I totally agree to Mr. Kampong's point. So we will be moving forward.
Okay, so for our fourth participant, let us welcome Munken.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Munken. I am 15 years old. Today, I want to talk about what I would do if I could rule the world. Firstly, I will make a rule. Make sure everyone recycle. Because recycling can help to heal the earth. So, I will provide recycling bag for every household to be collected weekly. Recycling is important. That is why this rule is relevant. Secondly, I will stop animal abuse because animals have their own rights and deserve treatment properly. So I will make a campaign to encourage animal protection. Animals have feelings too. That's why we need to stop animal abuse. Lastly, I will help the homeless people because they cannot afford food and shelter for survive. For example, I will give them money every month, 1,000 ringgit. That's why we need to help the homeless. What will you do if you can rule the world? This is all for me. Thank you for listening to my speech.
Alright, amazing speech by Munken. Now you seem like a really generous person. So now I will ask you one question if you don't mind. So will you give humanity free food if you were the ruler of the world?
Yes.
Alright, very generous. Thank you.
Okay, so before moving forward, Miss Nigisa, I have a question for you. Since we always ask, today's topic is what would I do if I could rule the world, right? Why don't you give me one point of your view? What would you do if you could actually rule the world?
Okay. I would change the education system and make it much more fun. As a teacher who's working in an international school, I think students are mostly bored of the system now. We should have more activities compared to focusing on just studying, so that we can explore their talent. So that is what I would do if I could rule the world.
Alright, that was a great point by Miss Nikita. So now you'll be continuing.
Alright, last but not least, I would like to invite the last participant, Sophie. Yes.
Hello everyone, my name is Sophie, and today I'm going to talk about what would I do if I could rule the world. So the first thing I will do is to help poor people by giving them food and their daily needs or jobs so that they could make have money. The second thing I would do is giving a free healthcare to stray animals because no one owns them, so when they get sick, no one will care for them. So a free healthcare for stray animals are important to my point of view. And thank you for listening to my speech today. That's all for me.
Alright, amazing speech by Sophie. Now I would like to ask you one question, and this is based on more of your own opinion. So, what is your favorite movie?
My favorite movie?
Yes.
I don't know.
Oh,
You don't know?
In chapter 2.
Oh.
Alright, thank you.